So we've seen satellite imageries, we've seen pre-made composites, we've seen weather and climate data. There are also pre-classified land use and land cover data sets in Earth Engine. So this section 5 will focus on that. These data sets take satellite imagery and use it to assign a label to each pixel on Earth's surface. For example, categories that might include vegetation, their soil, built environment, and water. We'll look into two different data sets. The first one being the European Space Agency World Cover data set, and the other one being the Global Forest Change data set by Hansen et al. And we can open here, this checkpoint is F1.2F. So here in the repo, we'll open this checkpoint, and I'll clear here my script, my working script. And to start, I will copy from lines 1 through 20. Paste here in this working script. And here, this first line of code, we're defining a variable world cover, and it is the image collection of the world cover dataset by ESA. So I'll copy and paste this asset ID so we can see what this looks like. You can see it's the only one that is returned here in the search bar. So it's a 10-meter data set. It's a 2020 product that provides a global land cover map for the year 2020 at a 10-meter resolution, and it's based on Sentinel-1 and Sentinel-2 data. So they basically took Sentinel-1 and Sentinel-2 data and created this new product where they classified each pixel into a land cover class. So this particular product has 11 land cover classes. And you can see here, if you go to bands, you can see it only has one band, which is called map. And you can see that each pixel value here, 10, 20, 30, corresponds to a land cover class. So we have trees, shrubland, grassland, cropland, hilltop, barren, all of these different types of land covers. And we mentioned hex colors, so we'll be looking into that a little bit. But this band, if I go back here to my code, just quickly, I'm centering my map here into this map, into the variable world cover, and I'm giving it a zoom level of 3, and then I'm adding that to the map. Although we do not define, here you can see the visualization parameters, it's only the band, right? I'm only defining the band map, and I'm not defining the palette of colors like we have just seen, minimum and maximum values. And that's because this particular band map of this product, I'll go back here to my pop-up screen, it already has embedded all the values and corresponding colors. So once I have this map band, Earth Engine already knows that the pixel value 10 will have this color green, like the pixel value of 20 will have this color orange, and so forth. So Earth Engine worked for this particular product to have these specific colors assigned to this particular pixel values. So we don't need to define the palette anymore. It's already embedded within the band. So if I click run, you see that you pop up this land cover image of 2020, and by the colors we've seen, for example, that trees are green. You can see here the Amazon rainforest, for example, is all green. We have shrubland, I think, in yellow. We have grasslands in orange, or the other way around. Built-up areas will have also an assigned color. So we can check here which color corresponds to what. But you can export this data set, see the different types of land covers within a country or a city or state, and you have that available for you to use as well. If we have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines of code, we can see this spectacular product from ESA, where it's the land cover image of 2020 at a 10-meter resolution. So it's very fine scale. If you zoom in, it's a very fine scale, and we can work with that. It's interesting here, for example, if I change here the base map satellite and I, do like this, you can see if it's, it makes sense or not, the classification. You can see some rivers here in blue, some cropland areas in pink, the forested areas in dark green. So you can check that. You can explore some areas. That's one example of a land cover data set. The other one will be the hands-on global forest change data set. So copy here from lines 20 to 35 from the main checkpoint, and here at the bottom. We will also work with this hands-on global forest change data set. So it is a data set that maps global forest change since 2002. Well, this version is the one with 2020 as the last year. I believe we also have a new data set which includes the year of 2021. But for this chapter, we have this one. So we can copy this asset ID and paste here. And it says, you can see it already says deprecated because they have a new one that includes the year 2021. And it is this product, it is a result from time series analysis of Landsat images and characterizing global forest extent and change. So it has different bands. One of the bands is the tree cover 2000 bands, where it is the tree canopy cover for the year 2000. It's defined percentage of tree cover. So you have your pixel values will have values from 0 to 100. So 0% tree canopy cover to 100% tree canopy cover. But it also has other bands like loss. There's a band called loss, which is the forest loss during the study period. And in this particular band, the values will go, for example, from 0 to 20, because that indicates the year of loss. So if your pixel has a value of 10, it will indicate a loss in the year of 2010, which is different here, right? Here we have percentage of tree cover just for the year 2000, and this band loss will have the year of loss of tree cover loss. So for now, here we are just grabbing this image, this product, and we are creating a variable for the visualization parameters. We're defining the band that contains the tree cover percentage for the year 2000, and then values go from 0 to 100, so 0% to 100% tree cover. And then we're defining a palette black and green. So values close to 0 will have a color, the color black, and then values close to 100 will be green, right, the pixels. And we're adding that to the map. So with this, if I click run, I'm going to turn off this world cover layer here at the bottom, and we can see that, areas with high tree cover percentage in the year 2000 will have green colors, and areas with low tree cover percentage will have black colors. So you can see here the Amazon rainforest is pretty green because we have a lot of tree cover there, we have a lot of trees. And you can use the inspector tab here is activated. You can click on a region and see, the tree cover here, for example, is 100%. You can click other regions as well, but you can see that, this data set has different bands. This one particularly we're working with right now is the tree cover for the year 2000, and you can see the percentage of tree cover for the entire globe really quick like that. This same data set, we also talked about the loss band, so that's what we'll do next. We'll copy here from the checkpoint lines 37 until the end, and paste here. And what we're doing here, we are creating another visualization parameter variable. So first we have defined this one, tree cover vis, where we were working on the tree cover band of the year 2000. Now we create a new variable for visualization parameters, which is the tree loss year visualization, which is we'll be working with the loss year band. And for that, it gives you which year we had forest loss, and 0 year 2000, 20 year 2020. So that's why we have this minimum value of 0 and maximum value of 2020. And we give the palette yellow and red. So areas that had forest areas that were lost close to the year 2000, we have the color of yellow. And most recent losses close to the year of 2020, we have the color red. And so we're adding the same data set, which is the global forest, but with a different band and different visualization parameters. And if we click run, we'll see this new layer getting added to the map. Again, I'm going to turn off this world cover data, but I'm going to leave the 2000 tree cover layer on. And we can see that some areas here overlapping in red and yellow start popping up. So in these forested areas here in green, here in Brazil, we can see that we had some losses. So these areas that show up in yellow and red and orange are areas of loss. So again, this Hansen 2000 tree cover is just a tree cover for the year 2000. And then this new layer that we've added is showing areas of tree cover loss from 2000 to 2020. So these areas that are red are recent forest loss, so close to the year 2000. The ones in yellow are close to the year 2001, 2002, 2003. So we can have an idea where trees are being lost with this data set. So it's very interesting. There's a lot of deforestation going on in Brazil, in the Amazon. And with that, that's the end of this checkpoint. We've looked into these different land cover data sets. There are also products that were created based on satellite imagery, and it's ready to be used in Earth Engine.